See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming time because the days are evil. I'm gonna start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the hopefully that tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And now I'm just responding to this story, which basically a judgment, went forth. Had massive people at this festival, this AstroWorld festival, and I believe it was Travis Scott who headlined this particular festival. A lot of people, came out to see this dude. You have various other artists that performed or was slated to perform, and let's just say the end result was judgment, death. All right, um, and that goes to show that in these last days, it's very dangerous to be in these massive settings where you got too many people, concentrated in one place. It's filled with a lot of spirits, unclean energy. And I believe that's what happened, at this festival. It was a lot of, people that they more than likely, they got the potions. These people, they were all, probably had alcohol or drugs in their system. So they was filled with spirits, and that's a terrible combination, man. And like the scriptures say in Amos 3, you know, um, if there be evil done in the city, was it not the Lord that done it? So we know that Heavenly Father, wanted that to happen. You know, and they saying that 8 people died, and there was dozens of injuries. It was probably way more than that, but this is what the media is reporting. And interestingly, for those of you that are not aware, you had a event that took place back 30 years ago out in Harlem, where you had Heavy D and demonic ass Diddy. They had hosted this celebrity charity basketball event where these different celebrities came out to play ball, and you had some performances. I think LL was slated to perform, Dougie Fresh, and whoever else. And I think 2,500 tickets were sold, but over 3,000 people showed up, and they all was trying to rush into the event, and they didn't have enough security, or the security, couldn't control the crowd, and it ended up, very dangerous, where people were smothered, they were crushed, you know, people, and when people start to drop dead, because they couldn't breathe, it caused a massive stampede. A lot of people were trampling each other. People were being smushed, and they said it was at least 8 to 9 people that were crushed to death in that incident. You know, because people were really eager to try to rush in because Jake got this, you know, respective persons thing. They worship men. A lot of these celebrities, they become idols of worship, objects of worship, and you ain't supposed to worship man. The Lord is he's a jealous power. So that's what a lot of these people get anyway, man. You're not supposed to worship man. All right. So that's what happened at that event at that city college in Harlem. And that's what I thought about when saw the headlines of this incident. They said 8 to 9 people died in that incident, and now they're saying 8 people died in this incident. And then after that event happened in New York, this fool Diddy, he just blew up after that. You know, I believe that was his sacrifice. because you need a sacrifice, to go up in that industry. The devil, he definitely requires sacrifices on the left hand side. This dude Travis Scott, he's a demon, and when you even look at the stage that he performed on, it looked like a big opening because it had like fire blazing, in the front. But when you look at the setting, it looks like a straight up portal. All right. So anyway, before I even get into it, let me just play this little news clip, and then also I want to show this clip right here on Instagram. I don't know if it's gonna play right away. Yeah, let me pause this. He was at the event and he explains, what he saw and what actually really happened in this festival. All right. It was pretty demonic, because we did like let me go to Ephesians real quick. And these last times, you know, these demons are gonna increase because the powers that be, they're channeling all this demonic energy. All right, this is how they, maintain their power on the left hand side. All right, they do a lot of heavy sacrifice, especially in this time of the year. All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities." That's dealing with spirits, angels, whether demons or actual angels. It says against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, and that's what we're up against in this evil world. It's compacted with nothing but left hand energy, man, spirits, because the rulers of the darkness of this world are in power. All right. So I'm gonna play this clip, and then I'm gonna actually play the account from that Jake explaining what really happened.
This morning, Houston reeling after deadly chaos at a music festival. At least 8 people killed and dozens injured when a crowd surged last night at the city's AstroWorld festival. One of those hurt, just 10 years old.
At approximately 9 o'clock, 9:15, the crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, okay? And that caused some panic, and it started causing some injuries. People began to fall out.
Some 50,000 people in the crowd there to see headliner rapper Travis Scott, who also organized the festival to raise funds for his youth charity, the Cactus Jack Foundation. But earlier in the day, possible warning signs of a situation spinning out of control. Hundreds of festival goers storming past security, surging through metal detectors, and stepping over each other to get into the sold-out concert. At least 3 people injured in the earlier chaos. Police promising to get to the bottom of what went wrong.
We will treat it as an investigation because we don't know.
Authorities saying a mass casualty event triggered at 9:38 p.m. 17 people taken to hospital, 11 of them suffering cardiac arrests, more than 300 treated on the scene.
Obviously a very extremely tragic night. People go to these events looking for a good time, a chance to unwind, to make memories.
But no one ever wanting to leave with memories like these. Now, we have not yet heard from Travis Scott or other festival organizers, but there are major questions still outstanding about whether this festival should have been allowed to go ahead given those injuries earlier in the day. Guys?
Yeah, just a glaring question there, and the video unbelievable. Raf Sanchez, thank you.
Yeah, so and then people got judged, man. All right, let me get Job 4 and 7. People who lost their lives, it was their time. All right, and it looked to me like it was a bunch of Edomites. You had a sprinkle few of Jakes, in there, but that dude Travis Scott got a massive Edomite fan base. So it was probably a lot of devils that dropped. But this is Job 4:7. It says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" If it was a lot of Edomites, then there was nobody righteous in there. All right, but that setting had to have been very demonic, man. The way they rushed, over the barricades to go up in there, they probably worshipped that dude. All right, and it resulted in calamity. All right, so the Lord, he caused that. If there be evil done in the city, was it not the Lord that done it? That's Amos 3:6, man. And this is part of the Lord taking away that mirth. All right, here in Babylon, man. All right, it tells you that in Isaiah the 24th chapter that the mirth in the land is gone because the Lord is slowly taking it away from you people because you're used to dwelling carelessly and given to pleasure, as it says in Isaiah 47. You can go to your concerts, you could drink. You put drugs in your system before you go. You eating, you surfing, just living in pleasure. So every once in a while, the Lord, he plants judgment in the midst and turn all that mirth into mourning. All right, the Lord used to do that with Jake. When they would come together in their festivals, when they were being wicked and being idolatrous, the Lord would he would judge them. Let me get Amos 8 and 10, and it says, "And I will turn your feast into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation." Mourning. All right. So, hey, they were feasting, and when you feasting, you partying with music and food in your system. You're merry. You're in joy. Right. The Lord said He's going to turn that into lamentation. A bunch of people were crying, mourning. People were panicking. They were afraid. It says, "And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins and baldness upon every head, and I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day." All right. You'll mourn like, you lost your only child. So, I'm pretty sure this shook those people up, you know. But that was judgment. Because judgment is going out, man. The Lord is He's gonna bring massive death to this world. He said, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." A lot of these people, they're filled with pride. All right. They're lovers of themselves, they're lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the most high. So the Lord is fed up. So he's sending death angels out. All right. You won't find me at no big ass festival like that. It usually is a hella demonic, and the artists that perform are hella demonic. So they bring that demonic energy with them. I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Scott, him coming out, he released, demons. Because like I said, when you looked at that stage that he was on, it looked like a straight up portal. Let me go back to that. See that? That looked like a straight up portal, man. This is one big ritual more than likely. Okay, and then the name of the event, AstroWorld. I think he had an album called AstroWorld. That word Astro, it actually means star or celestial body, something heavenly or celestial. You know, so what messages is dude sending with this? We know that demons travel to and fro, through the dimensions. They come from the spiritual realm and the heavens, and they come down to the physical realm. So this was more than likely a demonic ass event, and those number of casualties, counts for the sacrifices that was made. All right. So anyway, let me real quick. Let me go to this real quick and let this
So shit,
Jake
I'm
talk.
about to do this video to let everybody know what the fuck happened to that AstroWorld, bro. Like, okay, so when I first got there, that's when Master P was performing. It wasn't that many people there, so I had went, you know, I got in the crowd. We was probably like in the middle of the crowd, but we was way in the front. And as everything was happening, I just felt like I was being crushed and like I couldn't breathe, and I almost like literally passed out. Like I felt like I was about to like collapse. So I started screaming and shit. So that's when like the people, they seen me just because of the fact that I was in the front. So they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying? And then I had got out and I had just stood around, like not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell y'all something. Look, all right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right, something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Master P, you know, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, you know, everywhere, you know what I'm saying, just standing around in the barricades, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying. I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat like, you know, like took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like as soon as he started, like all the flame, the fire, the fucking like the phoenix and all that shit, and then he popped out, started going crazy, and like I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and shit. Everybody just screaming, help, help, help. Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence. So I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all this shit happening, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they channeled that energy. As soon as he got out there and the people started going crazy. It sounded to me like spirits was conjured up, and it altered the state of those people, man. You know, and then because it being too compacted, it caused massive suffocation and the loss of oxygen, and people start to lose their breath and started fainting and passing out. So that was very demonic, man. And the fact that these people started to act that way when he came out, that just goes to show you. All right, these celebrities, man, they're a bunch of witches, man. They're straight up witches, and a lot of our people, they worship them. The Lord even said, uh, "They that are highly esteemed among men are an abomination inside of the Lord." The Lord does not see. Let me go to this real quick.
Motherfuckers
Okay,
reaching and they
hold up. Let me pause that for a minute. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. And it's verse 7. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 7 says, For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. Okay, the Most High, he made man. He gave you your spirit. He's the father of spirits. So any man that has any type of greatness, whether they're talented, whatever, that they do, the Lord, granted that to him. So the Lord, he's not in awe of a man's greatness. The Lord can never be starstruck of a man. He will not be starstruck of a being that he created. Okay, there's nothing greater than the Most High, supreme being, or Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Most High is the only one we're to really be in awe at his majesty, his greatness. All right, that's who you're to worship. It says, for he had made the small and the great. All right, those that are insignificant of the world, you know, people that don't matter, people that are bums, poor, lowly, unknown. And then you got the great people that are rich, famous, known, super talented. The Lord made them all, man, and cared for all alike. See, that dude, all them celebrities, they're a bunch of devil worshippers, man. And they sacrifice not to the Most High. Get 1 Corinthians 10. And, it being at this season, the winter solstice, a lot of heavy sacrificing goes on here during this time. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20, it says, "But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice," which and a lot of our people, they're Gentiles, you know, doing what the Gentiles do. It says they sacrifice to devils, demons, and not to the Most High. And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils. All right. And when you associated with Hollywood in that world, you fellowship with demons for sure. Okay. And you got to worship the devil to have some form of fame, fortune, wealth. Even the devil had tempted Yahweh Shai and said, I'll give you the world if you bow down and worship me. And the Lord cut him and said, the Lord is to be worshipped, and him only shalt thou serve. We don't worship man. Okay. So anyway, let me go back to the video.
Crying, I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section, like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section. Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad, talking about why the fuck you pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, fuck that shit, bro. These people about to lose their motherfucking lives. You know what I'm saying? So I pull out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the fucking VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and assaulted this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump the fuck over? So I end up screaming like, bitch, who the fuck is you to tell somebody what the fuck they can do? Like, bitch, this ain't your motherfucking concert, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about what motherfucking ticket you paid for. Like, these people need some fucking help. So I'm helping people, I'm pulling people out. And like, it just felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning them black and blue. Like, I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking.
Yeah, you about to see more death. All right, most definitely, you gonna see more death. Are we in the beginning of great death, man? All right, wait till they turn them frequencies up, man. Maybe, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they even tried that yesterday, and they could have warranted that response. Who knows? But it's gonna get crazy, man. All right, prepare to see more death. Or the Lord said, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein," man. The Lord said He's gonna bring famine, death, and destruction for wickedness that exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So Jake, you ain't seen nothing yet, bro. Just watch.
People laid out dead, and like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like, this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like, that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like, help. The whole crowd was just going like, help, 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 and he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like, that shit not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like, so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. He influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in, and It was just chaos, bro. It was a living fucking hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate. I was pulling so many people in, helping so many fucking people, and people was just screaming, crying, trying to ask for my help. I got so overwhelmed, I jumped down and I ran out that bitch and I left, bro. Like, this shit really happened tonight. And a lot of people, they, hearing this shit, but like, watch tomorrow, y'all gonna see this shit was no fucking joke. Like, this shit really happened. So many people got injured, so many people died. That shit was so fucking wicked. Like, it was so wicked, bro. Like, I'm not trying to, put nothing on Travis Scott and call him Illuminati, call him no devil worship, but that what the fuck it was, bro. We really went to a concert in hell, bro. You couldn't breathe. I'm talking about everybody was so crushed up on you. It was like literally no room for you to lift your chest up and breathe. Like, you couldn't move. You couldn't fucking breathe, bro. Just by the good fucking grace of God, I was in the front, so they helped me out. But I knew, and I even told people at nighttime, I said, bro, once the sun go down and the main stage opened up, I said, bro, do not go to that fucking, the middle of that fucking crowd, because at nighttime, nobody will be able to hear you. Nobody will be able to see you. Something bad gonna happen, bro. And exactly like that, a lot of bad shit happened. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people got hurt. So any parents watching this shit, I would advise you to not send your motherfucking kids to no fucking AstroWorld Fest. Let their ass stay at home. That shit was not fun. It was scary as fuck. Like, don't go. And if that bitch still is open tomorrow, don't send your kids. I really hope this shit get canceled. I know tomorrow this shit gonna be on the news for sure. But shit, that's all I gotta say, bro. All right.
Yeah, Jake shook, man. But yeah, man, that's the times we in, man. Judgment is going out. All right. The Lord's gonna turn all your mirth into mourning. Okay. And that's why we have the scriptures, to keep us in the light, man, to keep us awoken. That's why you won't find us in these type of events, man. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 4. And it says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. All them whack ass, trash ass artists, that's big right now because Esau, puts them to the top. A lot of these dudes are plants. It tells you in the scriptures that the daughters of music will be brought low. They're not that, they're not even all that great of artists, but in this day and time, you know, people, they flock to it, they listen to it, they love it, because really it's an enchantment, man. They play it on the radio all day, every day, and they make you, like it. Everything is an enchantment here. That's why this place got to go, man. Stand now with thine enchantments. All these people, they become, fanatics because they're enchanted by those artists. They carry a lot of demonic influence, man. All right. You better off coming to listen to the prophets. That song is way better than any freaking song you can hear from any of these garbage artists today. All right. We're singing the best tune ever, which is this truth. All right. So anyway, that's it on that. Let me go to Romans 13. Because these people are in darkness, man. Romans 13 and 11, it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Your salvation is coming, man. It's getting very close. All right, this man is getting ready to lose. All right, this kingdom is circling the drain. All right, it's in the midst of collapsing. It's falling. Okay, so we got to keep our eyes open. Stay circumspect, stay vigilant. All right. It also tells us in Luke 21, all right, verse 34, not to be overcharged with serpentine and drunkenness and cares of this life. And so that day, come upon you unawares. All right. The end of all things is at hand, therefore be sober unto prayer. It says, verse 12, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. All right. What these people do in this nightlife, that's the works of darkness, man. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. And that's what they do at these concerts and festivals, rioting, reveling, turning up, celebrating loud to loud music, loud playing music, you know, and that energy is just around them. There's one thing, you go to a little lounge spot or a little festival. It ain't too many people, but it's instrumentation and it's a nice event. You know, you could take your family too, but then you got those massive festivals that's demonic, man, like the EDC. You know, these festivals, and them demons get to channeling at those type of events, man. The people out there rioting and reveling, drinking, filled with liquor, which is basically spirits. It says, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And that activity has resulted in these people dying or getting injured. Okay, so that was straight up judgment, man, and there's gonna be more like it. All right, so I just want to do a lesson on it. I saw that there was reports going out, and I thought it'd be good to do a response to. So hey, man, judgment is going out, man. Good for these demons, man. All right, we got to come out of this world, man. This is what's left. Okay, America is done. Is finishing. This man's world is finishing, man. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Peace and citation to the elect. Shalom.